Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host, Fondue.
I'm Cheesy.
In this week's episode, we're celebrating National Cheese Pizza Day.
I think we're late.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
But we're still going to talk about the history of pizza.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about the most expensive pizza
Ooh la
and
la.
the best cheeses to use on your pizza.
Wow.
We're also going to talk about the upcoming National Chocolate Milkshake Day.
We are?
And you're going to learn about its boozy beginning.
Holy cow.
And of course, no episode would be complete without our famous cheesy joke. Stay tuned for episode 147, Pizza, on Just Cheesy, the podcast. All the way back in episode 95, for cheese, we talked about cheese pizza.
Oh, yeah.
According to the streetsofnewyork.com, the history of pizza goes back all the way to 600 BC.
Holy cow.
They say here this history goes back to when the Greeks actually settled Naples.
Whoa.
Street vendors sold flatbreads that were topped with tomatoes, cheese, garlic, anchovies, and oil.
Ooh.
And it became the food of the time.
Yeah.
They even say it was available for every meal, like breakfast.
Whoa.
Legend has it that when the King and Queen of Italy visited Naples in 1889, they were bored with their high-class French diets.
Ooh la la.
They tried an assortment of pizzas,
Okay.
and their favorite was white cheese,
Ooh.
red tomatoes, and green basil.
Like the flag.
Colors from the Italian flag.
Yeah.
The new name came from its queen, and it was called the Margherita Pizza.
Yum.
A website called Wonderopolis.org gives credit to Gennaro Lombardi for opening the first ever United States pizzeria in 1905.
Whoa.
And can you believe it?
No.
This pizzeria is still in New York City.
No way.
They're located in the Little Italy section of Manhattan.
Wow.
And it says here that they offer a beautiful, smoky crusted, coal oven baked pizza
Ooh.
topped with tomato sauce,
Yum.
fresh whole milk mozzarella,
Ooh.
and basil.
Yeah.
And this is according to firstpizza.com, where you can actually get this pizza shipped to you anywhere.
You can?
I've personally never had it, but it looks pretty good.
No.
It is a little bit pricey,
Yeah.
but if you're getting it shipped out of state, it would be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
4 pizzas. The New York style pizza, choose your own 4-pack,
Ooh.
is $129.95 with free shipping.
Okay.
There's a meatball combo kit, a
Ooh.
pepperoni pizza. I mean, it just looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
According to the website MikeRicchetti.com, and I am so sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong.
More than likely.
In his article, A Brief History of Pizza in America,
Okay.
we start to see pizza move out of New York and move across the country.
Ooh.
And there's a lot of regional, national, and international companies that start getting in the mix. Shakey's in Sacramento, and apparently here it says it's named after one of the malaria-damaged owners.
Oh, no.
It started in 1954.
Okay.
Pizza Hut started in Wichita, and Pizza Inn in Dallas in 1958.
Whoa.
Little Caesars started in Detroit in 1959.
Wow.
Domino's in Ypsilanti, Michigan in 1960.
Whoa.
Pizza got cheaper and easier to make with the advent of electric pizza ovens and large mixers for dough.
Oh.
Potentially controversial.
Ooh.
In 1943, Chicago began selling their deep dish pizza.
Yum.
Originally created by Pizzeria Uno by non-Italians, this dish was really more of a casserole than a pizza.
Okay.
It says here it's baked at lower temperatures, around 45 minutes, and far longer than a thin crust version.
Yeah.
If you're ever in Chicago,
Yeah.
I would recommend trying Giordano's or Gino's.
Yes.
And I have had those, and they are amazing.
They are.
In the 1980s, California pizza was introduced
Ooh.
by Wolfgang Puck at his Spago restaurant in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
He added things like goat cheese, salmon, chicken, shrimp, and even caviar.
Whoa.
The 1940s was also when Detroit-style pizza was developed.
Hmm.
Wikipedia claims this pizza was started at Buddy's Rendezvous, a former speakeasy.
Whoa.
What makes this unique is the crust is sort of a focaccia-like crust, but
Okay.
it's baked in blue steel pans.
Whoa.
And this is because there was a lot of automotive industry, and these pans were made by Dover Parkersburg in the 1930s and 40s,
Wow.
and they were originally used as drip trays or to hold small parts or scrap metal at the factories.
Wow.
The 1950s brought us St. Louis-style pizza. This has a cracker-thin crust. It's topped with sweet tomato sauce and Provel cheese.
Yum.
St. Louis-style pizza is not a sponsor,
Nope.
but if they were, their ad would go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do.
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay!
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY, that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. We've talked about some expensive pizza in our time,
Yep.
but the most expensive pizza was unveiled in 2024. It costs $12,000.
What?
According to MuddyRiverNews.com, this bad boy is an 8-inch pizza. Yeah, I know, 8 inches. It's a tiny pizza. It's an 8-inch pizza, and it takes 72 hours to prepare.
Oh my.
The dough is made from organic Arabian flour, and it's dusted with Murray River pink salt.
Salt and flour?
And as expected, the toppings are excessive.
Sure.
There are 3 types of rare caviar.
Why?
There's Norwegian lobster
Ugh.
and 7 types of cheese.
Okay.
It's drizzled with an ultra-premium champagne vinegar that's aged for 25 years.
Good grief.
It's also served with a cognac that retails for about $4,000 a bottle.
Holy cow.
And a champagne that costs another $1,500 a bottle.
Why?
The YouTuber Mr. Beast actually pulled a stunt back in 2020 where they spent $70,000 on a pizza.
Good gravy.
But this was a one-time thing and not an actual offering at a restaurant. What we're talking about here is expensive pizzas around the world.
Yeah.
So we talked about number 1 at $12,000.
Ugh.
According to Medium.com, there's one that's $8,200.
Holy cow.
This is called Favita's Pizza for Lovers in Henrietta, New York.
Okay.
I mean, it's a pizza made for lovers, so of course it's heart-shaped.
Of course.
Lobsters form the base.
Why?
They're adorned with a decadent selection of 6 different types of caviar.
Caviar?
What is it with lobster and caviar on
Right.
pizza? Come on, people.
I don't know, man.
Okay, we're starting to come down now. About $3,100, we have Pizza Royale 007 in
Ooh.
Glasgow, UK.
Okay.
This one is a tribute to James Bond.
Huh.
They say it's a 12-inch pizza.
Okay.
It has some unique flavors.
Sure.
They have caviar. Oh, here we go.
Caviar.
Caviar soaked in Dom Perignon.
Huh.
It's got smoked salmon, lobster that's been marinated in 100-year-old cognac.
Ugh.
It's got venison medallions, prosciutto, and 24-karat gold flakes.
Good grief.
At Industry Kitchen in New York City, they've got a $2,700 one that's got 24-karat gold on it.
Why?
Apparently, these are all novelty pizzas
Yeah.
because this one has a bizarre black dough. It's been darkened with rare Indian squid ink.
Okay.
It's got caviar, sure, of course,
sure.
as always here.
Yeah.
It's got Stilton cheese, foie gras, white truffle, and edible gold leaf.
No.
And number 5 comes in at $1,000.
It's a
It's in
bargain.
Gino's restaurant in New York City. And of course, it's got caviar, mozzarella, and white truffles.
Caviar.
According to CNBC.com, they've listed the most expensive pizzas in the nation. Now, these are normal pizzas.
Okay, good.
This list came out in February of 2024.
Okay.
Most expensive from 10 to number 1. Kansas City, Missouri, $21.49.
Oof.
Austin, Texas, $21.50.
Okay.
Seattle, Washington, $21.70. San Diego, $22.70.
Yeah.
San Jose, California, $24.40. Las Vegas, $24.85. Los Angeles, $25.05.
Okay.
Orlando, $25.35. Chicago, $27.66.
Whoa.
And New York, at $28.60.
Wow.
And this is a large cheese pizza. They say the average across the nation is $19.34.
Wow.
The cheapest pizza goes to Richmond, Virginia at $14.75.
Nice.
According to CostelloCheese.com, here are the favorites for pizza cheese. Mozzarella, of course, is number 1.
Of course.
But they also recommend cheddar,
Really?
aged Havarti, Gorgonzola, Parmigiano Reggiano, Provolone,
Okay.
Pecorino Romano, and even goat cheese.
Huh.
It's time for my favorite segment.
This week in cheese.
National Chocolate Milkshake Day is September 12th.
Yay.
Did you know that the term milkshake was first used in print all the way back in 1885?
1885?
Yeah, and a milkshake was nothing like it is today.
Really?
According to Wikipedia, a milkshake was an alcoholic drink.
Whoa.
It was made with whiskey.
What?
And it was described as a sturdy, healthful eggnog type drink with eggs, whiskey, etc., served as a tonic as well as a treat.
Helpful.
In 1897, it was used as a restorative health drink for disabled people
What?
and children as well as infant food.
Oh my.
And at that time, it was a mixture of evaporated milk, malted barley, and wheat flour.
Oh.
In 1922, an employee named Ivar Pop Coulson from Walgreens
Whoa.
actually made a milkshake by adding 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream to the standard malted milk drink.
Oh yeah.
In the 1930s, the term frosted was used to refer to milkshakes or things made with ice cream.
Whoa.
The 1950s is when we start to see the milkshake as we know it today, when they started using things like the Hamilton Beach drink mixer.
Nice.
Let us know what chocolate milkshake you decide to have on the 12th.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
Okay. How do you fix a broken cheese pizza?
I have no idea.
With tomato paste.
Oh.
Get it? Tomato paste? Like glue, how you fix something?
Yeah, it was silly.
Hey, you call it whatever you want, but
Yeah.
I'm going to call it a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to Just Cheesy the Podcast, episode 147, Pizza.
Thank you.
Did you have a chance to check out Just Cheesy the Jokes?
Yeah.
We've got new shorts on YouTube and TikTok with our discarded jokes of the week. Make sure to check it out.
And stay cheesy, everybody.